from 7 to 9. Yeah, on the hottest show, you better act somebody, act like you know. Going off from the beat, raw. Get up off on your feet, y'all. Put that app on your phone, HHJR on my hip hop drink rap radio stars. I got the topic in the news, and I'm giving you the blues, and the features gotta choose. You want it? You know that I don't care. I'ma say it on the air, put the music in your ears, download it. Tell your friends and all your hoes, I'ma open up the show. Let them know that I'll be taking charge, cause I'm Rahim Brazil, the boss.
Hey, real, this Rahim Brazil.
Show over here on HHJR. That's the hip hop joint rap radio. You tuned in live with your boy Rahim Brazil. Guess what? I got a very special guest, a close friend. Man, this man, when I met this man was always grinding. He was always doing something. You know, he started off with the little house party situations. He done transitions to the party scene.
Hey.
Man, y'all welcome my brother Ced, formerly known as Ced Entertainment, actor and party promoter. What's going on, Ced?
Yo, what's going on right here?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. Thanks for, number one, tuning in and coming to the show, showing your support. I really do appreciate it.
Man, I appreciate you having me here.
And that's what's
It means
up.
a lot, man.
That's what's up. So before we get started, tell the people a little bit about you, so they can get to know you a little bit.
Yeah, what am I supposed to say? Nah, but most people in Atlanta know me as Ced. I've been here for about 10 years.
Okay.
First moved to Atlanta from Jacksonville, Florida. That's my
Okay.
hometown. Came here after the military.
Okay.
And since I've been here, shit, I started throwing house parties for free.
For free.
That's what it was, free. Packed ass house party for free.
I ain't never been to one of these parties.
Oh, well, you need to come.
Yeah,
I got one on Friday. Make
Yeah,
sure you there in the building.
Yeah, we're
It'll
gonna
be
get
packed.
to that. We're gonna get to that, yeah.
People, I better know.
500-600 people wait.
Oh, always.
I just can't do the crowds. But we'll talk.
Look at this diva.
I'm not being a diva. It's just, let's talk about you.
So
What
yeah,
else we
so
got
Ced, and let me get you some headphones over here so you can hear yourself
Be
properly.
part of the family.
So let me just ask you, what really got you into starting house parties? Like, what was that about?
Well, honestly, I don't know. I just was always social. Ever since I was in college, I used to like throw little get-togethers at the damn apartment. And then, you know what I mean, I moved to Atlanta. I was like, hey, when I moved here, hey, shit, I came here with it. I came with like maybe like $800 in my fucking pocket.
Oh wow.
And a fucking car full of shit.
Right.
Found an apartment the same day because I asked a friend, could I stay with them to the end of the week till I found an apartment. They told me no, because I was actually in transition to Oklahoma City. So I actually fell into Atlanta. Yeah, we're still cool.
Okay.
Yeah, we actually fell into Atlanta because this wasn't my original destination.
Okay.
So,
So they told you no.
they told me no. So I ended up calling a friend of mine who lived in Detroit. They had a friend that was moving. I was like, hey, what's going on? Hey, you say Mike moving here, right? And he was like, yeah. I said, give me his number. So I connected with Mike that day, and we put out a deposit and moved into the apartment the same exact day.
Damn.
Yeah. And actually,
so
I think
it worked out.
Yeah, and I think that very first weekend I threw a damn party because we didn't have no furniture.
So how did you throw a party? And did you know people here before?
I had a small social base already here in Atlanta because I was coming here like maybe from 22, 23, already going to parties or whatever.
Right.
So, you know what I mean, what I did was invite people that I knew, and of course they started inviting other people. And in Atlanta, when anything's free, and it's free liquor, free food, because I like to cook too.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
if y'all don't know that,
Ced can
I throw down. So
yeah, you do throw down. I will attest to that.
Yeah,
That's what it said. So
yeah.
how did you? So after you started throwing them parties, you started to transition into the actual scene. Was that something you?
It was really years later. And honestly, the first person who even approached me about throwing any types of clubs was Juju. Yeah,
from Rockstars.
Everybody know him from
shout out to Rockstar.
Yeah, because I used to throw my I have birthday parties or whatever. He's like, oh, how would you start bringing your house parties to the club?
Right.
So what he would do is like I invite people out there. He put me on the guest list or whatever, give me a section, whatever.
Right. Yeah.
And you know what I mean, had a good time.
Right.
And then because I was like, for me, I never wanted to be the face of the scene.
Right.
It was like I was like, nah, I don't do that. I want to keep it at my house.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But
That way you can control it.
yeah. But when 2015 came around, Sean Carter approached me about, you know what I mean, because he already knew me too for coming to my house parties too.
Right.
He's like, hey man, we should go into business together. I got this little position or whatever. It's Time Lounge, and I was like, hell, I'm gonna do the damn thing.
Yeah, because you saw the potential.
Yeah, I saw the potential.
That's
So,
what's up.
and then, my first party was a good turnout.
Right,
You know
right.
what I mean? Because I didn't get into this for the money. I've been
Right.
throwing parties because I like to entertain.
Because you like to entertain.
You love the people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love the
Yeah.
people.
And-
Oh, I love the
and
kids.
you still
You love
do.
the kids.
And
Like
you still
Drake
do
Daddy, I
have
love the
house
kids.
parties.
Oh.
So that's good.
Oh, I
That's good because you know what? You can keep. If the club don't work out,
Right.
you still have that element. So
Yeah, absolutely.
I absolutely love. And then sometimes I don't want to be in the club. I'm one of them ones.
All the
Well, I
time.
don't want to be in the club.
All
I'd
the
rather go
time.
to a house party. So it's very convenient. So please keep them house parties because it's very convenient. And plus you're not that far.
Oh, I shit, I know I ain't. Right around the corner.
Right. So, let's talk more about your acting because this is something that you getting really serious with. So I know you've been taking some classes and things. How the classes going?
Man, classes is going very well. I'm actually studying with DFAS, Dustin Felder. He opened up a studio here in Atlanta. And people
Right.
who don't know, that's Keith Powers and Jaden Smith's personal acting coach.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
So he
Right.
opened up a studio here in Atlanta. So I've been studying there for maybe the past 3 months.
Right.
And I'm also back in class again starting on January the 24th. So
Okay.
I'm looking excited on that because it's pilot season 2.
Yeah.
And you know
Right.
what I mean? I got an agent last year, so I'm just
Oh.
excited. Oh,
Yeah. Shout out to the agent. Shout out to the having an
Evolution
agent,
Talent
y'all.
Agency.
Shout out to having an agent. That's what's up. So what's your plans as far as acting?
My plan is what I really want to do is win an Oscar.
I want to win the Oscar.
Yeah, maybe a Tony Award,
Okay.
NAACP Award, of course, BET, Best Male Actor Lead,
Okay.
and maybe a drama series. That's what because I like drama.
Right.
I like
right.
things that are real and I can tell my truth
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
not actually be be myself in that character.
Right.
Like I want to be myself in the character, but not actually living my life. But
Yeah.
people will be able to see and live and feel my truth and inspire them through my own work.
Right.
Okay.
That's dope.
That's amazing.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Brandon, what you got for him? Because I know you guys raising questions over here.
So when it comes to acting and when it comes to making that transition from, I mean, both of them are both, entertainment situations, but it's so interesting that you don't necessarily like being the face of the party scene, but you really do appreciate being the face of the entertainment more so on film and on camera. So making that transition from going one part to the next, what was the hardest thing within that transition? Like understanding that, okay, I don't necessarily want to be too much in the forefront over here, but over here I definitely want to be so much to the point where you actually want to be awarded for it. So you want to be on some really big productions and you want to be a part of some projects with some great people that gets a lot of attention and a lot of press and everything and so on and so forth. So making that transition, how was that? What was the hardest thing that you faced doing that?
I guess the hardest thing was basically self-confidence. Believing that you can do it and getting outside of that box of being afraid,
Right.
or not being good enough.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I guess one thing I say in the black community, we have that fear factor. We're afraid to do a lot of things. So a lot of times we gotta get uncomfortable in order to achieve our greatness. And so for me, it was basically overcoming that. You know what I mean? Overcoming that fear and just getting out there and going to do it.
Yeah.
Because it's like in your entire life, you knew that this is what you wanted to do.
Right.
But you were afraid to do it. Because that little thought in the back of your mind that said that you wasn't good enough. And it could have came from bullying, it could have came from abuse, you know what I mean? It could have came from, your household growing up. But at the end of the day, it's like, this is your life and you gotta go do it.
Yeah.
Right.
It's all about because I have moments myself, like going through auditions and being extremely nervous, and sometimes I can just sit there and I'm like the next person up and I can literally just be there like, oh my God, I'm not gonna get this, like I don't feel right, it just doesn't feel right to me, I'm going crazy in my head.
Right.
And then as soon as I walk in the room, all of that just shuts off. Like it's kind of just like, okay, let me chill.
Like, just
and then as
relax.
soon as the audition is over, I'm like, I didn't get it. I don't. I'm like, I go back into that state. But I think what helps you pick up your self-confidence? Like, is there any messages or anything you can tell someone out there who is going through those self-confident phases where it's kind of just like, I don't know if I could do this. I don't know if I could really, get this done. Like, what do you have to say to them?
One thing is having a support base, people around you who support what you're doing, who believe in you.
Right.
That's one thing. People who love you. That's the first thing you got to do. You know what I mean? So anybody who's superficial, using you, abusing you, got to get rid of them.
You do.
Those naysayers, you got to get rid of those.
Yeah.
So the people around you are not uplifting you, then they got to remove from your life.
Bye, bitch.
That's the first thing. My second thing I'll say is that prepare.
Yeah.
Study. Go out there and go do it. Take a class. I mean, the first time I got on like in an on-camera scene class, I didn't like myself on camera. You know what I mean? Because the camera makes you look older sometimes. Somebody makes you look like you gain weight. Sometimes you don't like your facial expression because you don't see yourself when you talk. We just talk.
Yeah.
So seeing yourself the first time on camera could be something that deters you from doing it.
Yeah,
and that's what happened with me.
Yeah.
I actually took a break. 8 months I didn't go to class. I made all types of excuses of why I don't need to do
Because
acting.
you didn't like to see yourself on camera?
I was afraid.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that was the first time in class, like, usually, like, when you're in class, like, you get so much praise at the beginning, like you're a natural. And then when they start tearing your ass down, you're like, what the fuck?
What did I sign up for?
Yeah, you know what I mean? I ain't signed up for this.
That's what it's
I'm paying my damn money.
Different elements out of you, though.
Like
but that's how you become better.
That's how you become great.
That's how, exactly. That's what's up.
So not being afraid of that criticism was another thing that you had to, like, for me, having to overcome. And by going to class, the more you go to class and being around great actors, it builds your confidence because it makes you want to be better. Yeah. It makes you want to study harder. You know what I mean? I studied with a beautiful female by the name of Brittany Horton. I do one-on-one classes with her.
Right. I love Brittany.
Yes, confident, curvy. Yes, curvy and confidence. That's my beauty.
Amazing.
She's amazing actress.
Brittany is an amazing actress.
I mean, amazing.
Yeah.
And even as a coach, she's fucking amazing.
So talented.
Makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Right.
But I'll tell you, like I already. Like every time I work with her, I feel myself getting better.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm afraid to go back to class because she done beat my ass up.
She done got you together real quick.
Yeah.
Right.
You're like, I need a break for a moment, but then you gotta go back because when you want to have that growth, you gotta keep studying. You gotta keep persevering.
Well, look, say it's definitely a pleasure having you.
Yes.
Definitely a pleasure having you. But before we go, let everybody know what you got coming up.
Right.
Where to follow you. And what you got coming up and where to follow you?
Okay, right now I'm preparing for this stage play. It is a 4-city tour. It's called From the Pulpit to the Pews, written by Harrell. And we open up on March 23rd in Bronx, New York. Then we're traveling to Indianapolis, Indiana. And that's April, I think, the 18th, 19th. That's going to be 2 shows. Then we're going to Charleston, South Carolina in May. And then we end here in Atlanta in July. So that's one thing I'm working on. I feel like this is a great experience because I'm getting to being able to play a character that I believe in. And, being a black male in the church.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Going
through, going through all,
I mean, we all used to that.
like all those situations in the church. You know what I mean? Like, it's like I get to be my own hero. You know what I mean? So it's going to change a lot of people's lives, and you know what I mean. You're going to see a lot of hurt, some pain. You're going to laugh, have a good time. But you're going to see. All right, you can follow me at Said Entertainment on Instagram. That's CEDEENTERMENT. Said Entertainment. You can also follow me on Instagram at Cedrick Kentrell, which is my actor name. And that's actually my biological first name, so people don't even know that.
Oh, that's my biological middle name.
So it's CEDRICKKENTRELL. So you can follow me on Instagram and Instagram. It's Cedrick Said Entertainment and Cedrick Kentrell. So one more thing I got going on. Friday night.
Tell them about it. I was about to get to it.
Big ass house party. Make sure your ass come through. It is free with a motherfucking good bottle.
What a bottle.
So no motherfucking look at this now. You know it's some shit that you don't drink. Don't bring that shit.
Okay.
You already know how.
Free with a bottle. Make sure you bring your bottle.
Otherwise you can pay a fee.
Hennessy.
Oh,
And they start off at $10.
We
And the
talking
house will be packed.
Patron.
Yep.
We're talking Sipka. We're talking Kettle One.
Kettle
We're
One.
talking Grey Goose. We're talking
Absolute.
anything that's right. Absolute.
Mhm.
Anything top shelf.
And
okay?
VIP will be open and it will be
Because guess
all
what?
top shelf.
Guess what? I guarantee you, you will be paying more than that at the club